I'm driving the all-new Nissan Murano, and you know, in the couple days that I've had it, I've had all 4 seasons, so this is a really good test. Trust me. Hey, and remember to subscribe to the channel, okay? Nissan has seen some drama in the last decade. CEOs that smuggle themselves out of the country in a flight case? Not business as usual. There's the merger question. Place your bets there. Regardless, Japan's third largest automaker has turned out some solid products lately. The 2025 Murano is one of them, replacing the third generation that began production in late 2014. Gen 4 is largely all new and taking couture cues from sister Ariya. This is a larger 2-row crossover, and now that Ford has discontinued Edge, Murano's closest competitors are Buick Envision, Chevy Blazer, Honda Passport, Mazda CX70, GMC Terrain, Subaru Outback, and Toyota Crown Signia. Pricing starts at just under $42,000 for a front-wheel drive Murano. This is an all-wheel drive Platinum, top trim, pretty much loaded. Goes for $55,000 as tested. That sum buys a larger 3-row Pathfinder Platinum. What Murano offers is ambiance, encroaching on Infinity's turf. Remember them? The cabin is a soothing space with minimalist design and crisp ambient LED strakes. Wonder Woman will feel right at home with the invisible hood view, good for tricky parking situations and navigating car wash tracks. Nissan puts its supportive zero-gravity seat tech in the back as well. Murano does keep some of the structural architecture from the outgoing car. You'd never know. The V6 has been 86'd. In its place, there's Nissan's turbocharged variable compression 4-cylinder, unique in the industry. Nissan claims it offers both power and efficiency. The 2-liter makes 241 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque higher in the power band. That's 19 fewer horses, but 20 additional pound-feet than the V6. A moment of silence. The continuously variable transmission has left Murano replaced with a 9-speed. Yes, real ratios that can be controlled here. There are basic drive modes, dampers are fixed, throttle, steering weight, and transmission mapping change. Only the base SV can be had with front-wheel drive. All-wheel drive adds only $1,000, might as well spring for it. Murano has put on weight. It's some 400 pounds heftier now. 0 to 60 spools up in about 8 seconds. I'm a little less concerned about acceleration and more about traction today. This all-wheel drive system feels pretty secure off the line. You gotta remember though, all-wheel drive is nice when you're going, but it is not all-wheel stop. The anti-lock brakes work pretty well in this situation, but don't forget, tires make a huge difference. Winter tires would haul this to a stop in a much shorter distance. Feels like Nissan tuned throttle tip-in aggressively to counter the max power band found around 4,500 RPM or so. Eco mode is less jumpy off the line for smoother stop-and-go city driving. The head-up display is much larger than it looks. They're hard to shoot. The 9-speed is smooth and crisp. Occasionally, it will upshift aggressively for better fuel economy. But overall, this is a huge improvement over the continuously variable transmission. Thank you, Nissan. If nothing else, it's a marketing win, considering the turbulence surrounding Nissan's CVTs before they were re-engineered. I've had this car for a couple days now and was able to check out handling in dry conditions. Chuck Murano into a corner hard, and there's some feel coming up through the wheel. That's good. Also, Some body roll, but not tons. This is a very good balance between comfort and sport. Lexus RX owners will find this dynamic appealing and much less expensive, comparably equipped. Acura's RDX is more athletic. Of course, Murano lacks the premium badging that's important to some. Visibility, that's important on a day like today. Murano is really easy to see out of, no real blind spots, plus it's raised up moderately, so it's easy to see over traffic, at least the small vehicles. There's a solid suite of active electronic ADAS safety tech, dubbed Nissan Safety Shield 360. I'm surprised Murano stops at Pro Pilot Assist 1.1. It's a well-done but basic highway semi-autonomous driving tech that holds the lane well, but only tolerates hands off the wheel for 10 seconds or so. The 2.0 version is significantly more comprehensive. Curious why Platinum doesn't get it, at the very least. Fuel economy. The EPA rated average is 23 miles per gallon. That is the same as the outgoing V6. But this doesn't have the CVT. Also, Nissan doesn't offer this with a hybrid powertrain. That's too bad. This has a fuel-saving automatic engine stop-start system, but I'm finding that it often stays running. It could be a temperature thing. Here in Seattle, it's in the high 20s. To a person, passengers that parked their keisters in here admired the cockpit, and remember, it's what owners see the most of. Surfaces have a fresh, clean look. Eyes and fingers will be happy. For the most part, the haptic surfaces are fine, and these unified control surfaces, also haptic and fine, are showing up in more vehicles. They work, but they're not physical buttons. Excuse me while I yell at the kids to get off my lawn. The comfy Nissan seats don't just look good, they're heated and vented with massaging lumbar. The bird's eye camera system has a bunch of tricks. Panoramic glass gives the space an open feel. At $55,000, this is a decent value. Like most vehicles these days, screens dominate. Ariya gets a jog in the middle. These dual 12.3-inch displays are straight across. The driver's cluster is configurable. This interface is significantly better than the Rogue Rock Creek system I tried recently. Nissan Connect, with Google built in, is standard on SL and Platinum. Worth the upgrade. It's not perfect. The smallest graphics aren't just tough to see. They can be hard to hit while driving on rough patches. Instead of taking your eyes off the road looking for those tiny icons, you can always use natural voice commands, which work pretty well. Hey, turn on the heated steering wheel.
Okay, turning on the steering wheel heater.
Of course, that means that after the trial period is over, you will be paying for a data plan because this accesses the cloud. But honestly, it works really well. Hey, are there any glass blowing places nearby?
Here's what I found along your route for are there any glass blowing places nearby?
Glass blowing, Murano. All trims get a Qi charger, same with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. SL and Platinum get a 10-speaker Bose system with active noise cancellation. It sounds good, though nothing to gush over. Storage cubbies, those are scattered all over the cabin. It's better than average in here. Everybody's being called back to the office. The carpool gang should like the Murano. I'm 5'9". Headroom is good. Knee, leg, and foot room are quite generous. The cushions are high enough and long enough so that thigh support is good. And door openings, those are big enough. Also, check how wide the doors open. Nearly 90 degrees, great for loading and unloading. This being the Platinum model, there are fancy things like sunshades. The door pockets are nice and big. No pocket on the driver's side seat back. That's a pet peeve of mine. No separate climate zone back here, but adjustable vents and heated seats for the outboard positions. That's nice. Also, people can charge their phones. This cushion doesn't slide fore and aft to max out leg or cargo room, but the floor is nice and flat. That helps with foot room. Drinks will fit in the door pockets, but these are more secure, and everybody wants an armrest. Use that, and obviously only 2 passengers will fit back here. But here's the thing, Murano has a pretty wide bench, so 3 average-sized adults will be comfortable back here. There's a lot of space. There's less drama in Murano's design this time around. To be more specific, fewer swoops and curves. The V-Motion grille is gone. Look close, and there are lines cribbed from a 1960s Ferrari 365 GTB4 Daytona. The same length, height, and wheelbase as Generation 3, the 2025 model is 2.5 inches wider. The shoulders are broad. The C-pillar sports Ariya's spear of trim. The Aurora Blue metallic paint is worth the $425 upcharge. The two-tone is another $500. Murano is proud of its moniker. It's party in the back, business up front. The styling is as fresh as the outgoing was dated. Nissan, might I suggest not waiting 10 years to redo this one? Kicked open tailgates? Yes, but one thing I like about Murano is the door opening button is up here where it doesn't get dirty. A lot of times the latch is down there, get your hands all schmutzy. Another thing I like, there's a hook that holds the load floor open, and hey, a spare tire. A $180 option, but at least it's available. Small spaces under the floor and on the flanks are useful. So are these. These too. Dropping the backs from here is easy, and the result is a flat floor. It makes a difference loading long boxes. Max cargo room measures out to 63.5 cubic feet. That's pretty good. Wedging a third row into this would eat up cargo room, and no one would want to sit there. As it stands, with all seats filled, Murano gets the chores done, scoring an easy 8 in the TP trunk test. I'm thinking with some rearranging, I could have wedged 9 in here, but the weather is kicking up and I need to get this all back into Costco. I only borrow it. It's not just Murano, there's other fresh product in Nissan showrooms, something the brand really needed. And crossover SUVs are what people are buying nowadays. Should you test drive the new Murano? Absolutely. This is a big improvement. For one thing, it's got a 9-speed transmission now, no CVT. It looks good inside and out. This cabin is very nice. It's moderately quiet, it's comfortable, it handles well, and the all-wheel drive system works pretty well. Glad I can test that. I do wish it was available with a hybrid system. Fuel economy is just kind of average. Murano blurs the line between mainstream and luxury transportation. It's not a wallflower that blends in. It has character and personality. You know, the right kind of drama. Have to say, Murano's all-wheel drive system does well, but it's always important to watch out for others who either don't have this advantage or are simply overconfident. We've all seen that. So you all know that Martin Campbell drives while I shoot running footage. I'm from Minnesota. I know how to drive in the snow. You're from Seattle.
Hey, I know how to drive in the snow.
Okay. And how was this? It was good?
It's good. You have to drive slower.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, tires. Tires are important.
Very much so.
Time to get out of this neighborhood. Things are getting icy, and it's hilly here. Also, I don't live here. I'm an automotive writer. I can't afford houses like this. Real quick before I go, a lot of people are speculating what's going to happen when Nissan and Honda merge. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen in the near future. We don't know. Now, of course, platforms and powertrains will get combined because that's why companies merge, right? To consolidate resources to do more with less, to save money. It's more efficient. But other than that, it's anyone's guess. That's what's really interesting about this industry, you know? So many variables. Thanks for watching. Hey, remember, subscribe to the channel. Click notifications. You can follow me on social media. I'm on Blue Sky now. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. Either I or one of the driven community will get to you. It's really a great place. Just read the comments. You'll understand, okay? All right. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.